Hi guys, Vol here, back to Infinity. My Imperial service stuff arrived, including the beautiful new Sujuan. So check it out. This is the finished paint job. Well, not quite finished. Got some extra bits and pieces to add to the base, but love this model. Love the rules. I feel like he's almost a little bit too powerful with no wind incapacitation, but we're going to take him out for the spin in the very first game today. So hope you guys enjoy this one. So having a look at the game table. I've got a brand new Ice Storm not map, mat, I should say, and we're playing the Armory, but not the ITS Armory. We're playing a custom variation of it. Really interesting rules which we're playtesting here is that in our custom mission you basically get the points differential from the army points surviving at the end of the game, and then you get 75 points for every player turn that you dominate the armory, but you cannot score at the end of the player of the very first turn of the game or the very last turn of the game. So that basically prevents this game being all about one player taking the second turn, just waiting till the final turn, and then just rocking in there. So, if you are player one, you cannot score at the end of your first turn, but you can score at the end of your other two turns. If you are player two, going second, you can't score at the end of the game, but you can score on your first two turns. So it always gives both players a bit of back and forth ways to capture the armory, and it's just a pure 75 points towards the total. 50 points for having a more panoply successes, more models that successfully took from the panoply throughout the game, and another 50, I think, for the HVT dominated at the end of the game. So it's custom mission. Now, check out my Flamestrike battle report on the Flamestrike link in the video description for my army list. The PDF will be there down when one of the links on the page. Because this is a 20-point order list. I'm really happy with it. I've been just dying to play this list for about a month now. Got the 8 Guangxi, the Celestial Guard link, the Rui Shui, and the Sujuan. Alright, next photo. You can see a bit of a closer look of the Battle Cat. I can't decide whether to call him Battle Cat or Def Leopard. Love this guy. And two members of the Celestial Guard link, the Hacker and the Spitfire. Up next, you can see the other end of the deployment zone, another Guangxi with control device, the Rui Shui, who's been proxied by a Pangwiling minesweeper at the back here, and of course the Yao Kong flashpole spot in the middle there too. Next photo shows you his deployment zone, PanO going first, Crocman attempting to infiltrate past the exclusion zone. By the way, we're using the same exclusion zones as ITS, so those little green pebbles at the bottom of the photo show you the little strip that you can use for infiltrating. But he's running a lot of Crocman, NIS Sniper on a building with prone, Aquila Guard with HMG in the shadows there behind that box, quite hard to see it. Moving through, another photo shows you a bit of a close-up. He has not painted as Aquila Guard yet, but it's the heavily shadowed model down the bottom left, standing next to a doctor and a sensor bot. Actually, he's got a TR bot somewhere. I think that is it down the bottom left. Can't 100% be sure. Got some TO camera markers around as well on the stairs. Next image, yeah, so he's taking first turn, moving up forward with his repeater, sensor bot repeater, just getting into range of the door for the armory. So same rules as ITS, you can hack the doors instead of willpower check opening them. So that is what he does straight away. He's got 2 hackers at this point. Moving to the next image, he now moves his TR bot to the side of this crate and puts up assisted fire onto it. So just zooming through the line of fire through the building just to protect, people from how should I say, just basically protecting the armory from intrusion from the Yuching forces, shall we say. Next photo again, a bit of a zoom out. So we've got the sensor bot inside the armory going for the panoplies. Again, in our custom missions, you are allowed to act as a specialist, even if you're not as a specialist, but with a -3 to your whip. If you are a specialist, then it's just normal whip roll for the whip checks required for scenario. So that's what's happened here, and of course the Aquila Guard now moving up towards the side of the wall of the armory also. Next image, bit of an overview of the battlefield. This is where I'm starting out from. This is one turn up. This is after the Guangxi have made their impetuous move. So luckily, drawing nice lines of fire here. So no Guangxi are hit. He's got suppression fire up with coordinator order on all of the models marked with the red poker chip. So that's the guy inside the armory and the Fusilier you can see at the top right of the map there as well. So no Guangxi are caught in that. Next image, a ninja hacker comes out of hidden deployment and walks to within 8 inches of that repeater and attempts to shut it down with a disable and fails, but the ARO within the hacking area of his two enemy hackers do brain blast on him, and luckily I managed to pass my BTS save, because that was a bit of a dumb move, me walking to within range, but won't be trying that a second time. Instead, if we go to the next image, the Celestial Card Link do what they were planning on doing, and that is set up a smoke template in front of the door, and then the hacker opens it remotely from range. Then they spend more orders just pulling back. I actually failed the whip check 3 times to open the door, but eventually passed. But this is a 20 order army list. What am I worried about? So after they open the door and drop the smoke, they pull back. And at the bottom of the picture, you can see the Rui Shui moving up now and is able to just start shooting through the smoke at the combi rifle sensor bot in suppression fire. So it's 4 dice versus 3 dice. I need 12s. He needs like 2s or 3s, and luckily managed to gun him down without having to face a crit, fortunately enough. The next image shows the same Ruishi moving up to the door, still in the smoke, and trying something a little bit more bold, and that is to shoot through the building at the TR bot, who is not benefiting from cover given the angle here. I don't benefit from cover either with assisted being up against assisted fire, but because we're within 16 inches just, I'm getting +3 to range, whereas he's getting -3 for shooting through the smoke and another -3 for actually a -0 for range. So he's needing like 6s. I'm on 15s. So again, managed to win that without him critting, very fortunately. So managed to win that face-to-face roll as well, downing the TR bot, which is awesome. The next photo shows you the ninja moving through into the building now that the sensor bot is down, and trying an oblivion on the Aquila guard, although unsuccessfully manages to beat me in the reset roll. He also had a NIST sniper with a sniper rifle nearby, but the Rishi moved over and killed that as well with the MSV2. So just an amazing turn that didn't lose any of the face-to-face rolls. They were all to my advantage, but the fact that I passed all of them the first go without suffering any return crits was a real blessing, so that put me hugely in the lead. Next image. Later in the turn, Guangxi moving around the side of the building, firing his chain rifle at a Fusilier and killing him. So that was that. Nice job, Guangxi. Really enjoying this little change of pace with the scenery, though, with the new battle mat here looking really good. Bit of an overview photo now. You can see that the Sujuan has got a little dice next to him, putting him in suppression fire. Same with the Rui Shui, and the ninja standing in the middle of the room. So picking up points. Because he went first, no points for him at the end of that turn for dominating the armory, but I do get some for dominating at the end of player 2's first turn, and haven't really taken any casualties here. So things are looking really good. Next image, the Aquila Guard moves around here. I could have just tried for the Oblivion, but it wouldn't have been great given that it's a face-to-face roll against the Aquila, who's got high BTS anyway. So just tried the normal dodge, didn't work, got shot with a pistol, and Ninja is killed. So Aquila Guard is fine here. The next image, so with the ninja down, there's a Fusilier which is moving around the corner of that crate you can see to the left-hand side of the photo, attempting to engage against the Rui Shui, who's in suppression fire. So the first round of that didn't work. We both failed our attacks, but he was trying to move within range, but not within 24 inches. So he spent another order moving back and then out into view, which took him out of the 24-inch range, which meant that I had to shoot from long distance. But I managed to win that roll because he's like -6 for long range and against cover, whereas I'm just +3 for the Spitfire only. No, +0 I think it is, -3. I can't remember what I rolled, but it was better than he did, and I managed to actually kill his Fusilier despite 2 or 3 orders being spent on him. So that was really unfortunate for him. Dice rolls definitely favouring Yuching this game. Moving to the next image. So at this point we've got a Crocman hacker who I believe attempts to kill the Ruishui. No, it's not the Crocman. It was one of the Fusiliers just moving around here and shooting from long range. This is basically the same story I've just been telling you guys. So we're going to skip this photo and go to the next one. Now you can see the Aquila having a crack at it, and the Aquila does successfully manage to blow up the Ruishui. Especially since the Ruishui lost the suppression fire from the previous round against the Fusilier, so it makes the Aquila life a lot easier killing the Ruishui in that activation. Next image, he's moved the Aquila into the room. Coordinated order, 4 models in suppression fire here. We've got 2 Crocmen on either side of the corners, Aquila in the center of the room, and the sensor bot moving behind the wreckage of the TR bot, also in suppression fire, so really just playing defensive one here. Our next image, Yuching turn, moving the Guangxi forward. This one in particular gets an auto spent on it to start off the turn, and comes around to fire his chain rifle at that Crocman, killing him. So really fortunate there that I managed to force the armor save fail. So that's looking really good. Next image. Finally, Battlecat getting in on the action. As you can see, the Guangxi just moving forward very slowly and relentlessly. So Battlecat racing out behind cover, speed 8+2 at a time. So if we go to the next image, he's finally come around here to the side after a couple of orders, and this puts him into line of sight of the Crocman in the bottom left of the photo. You'd think he'd be in line of sight of the sensor bot at the top left of the photo, but the wreckage of the TR bot is still the same silhouette, and the Battlecat isn't actually higher than that silhouette, so he technically does not have line of sight to me from this point. So shooting at the Crocman, not very successful with the Ballistic Skill 12 from the Battlecat version, but with 4 burst. Didn't manage to win that face-to-face roll there, but survived the armor saves. So we go to the next image. You can see what I've done here is I've changed to combat form, putting me up to Ballistic Skill 14. But unfortunately we realized this made me silhouette 5, so now he can actually shoot at me with both suppression fire guys. I think I got a little bit too carried away here. So in this next order I did take a wound after failing some face-to-face rolls, but he's got effectively 3 wounds because he's got 2 wounds plus no wound incapacitation. So what he does next, if we go to the next image, we've got a pheasant moving forward. The Sujiana's dropped under cover now, having survived, but if it continues the face-to-face roll against the bot only, managing to kill it, so leaving only the Crocman there. But in the meantime, this pheasant moves up and around the corner to get his shotgun action happening against the Aquila. So if we go to the next photo, he's basically come around and blown away the Aquila because it's actually not a pheasant, it's a Canren forward observer using Hollow Projector level 2 to pretend that he's a pheasant with chain of command and an E emitter, but he used his boarding shotgun effectively to beat out the Aquila and suppression fire and win the face-to-face roll and kill him with the AP round. So that puts the pheasant in here nice and effectively. So, another photo, we've got an overview, many bullets flying, many bodies on the floor here, lots of carnage. You can see so many wound markers strewn around the battlefield. This is basically the end of it. He's not lost a lieutenant. I'm not sure if he's retreat mode, but he only had several orders, couldn't even get into the room. So a pretty decisive win for Yuching, regardless of the scenario, just because of the massive casualties inflicted. Even the Sujian's still alive. So loving this list. 20 order Imperial Service Yuching list with no irregular orders, and obviously 8 Guangxi for their own impetuous orders, and still got some really heavy hitters with the Sujian and the Ruishui. Even got a ninja there. This list is only going to become more effective once the ninja hacker drops in price to a killer hacking device, allowing more points to be spent on the backup guys. Didn't even make a lot of use of the Celestial Guard this game, but in their own right, with a 5-man group with the Spitfire and of course the smoke grenade launcher, really effective. So just so excited to play Imperial Service at the moment. Hope you guys enjoyed the bat rep. Please check out the Flame Strike video bat rep and rate and comment. Thanks guys.